We are live, good to go.
How are we, mate? We've got for our first mics for all the live people. We've got how many cameras here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 cameras.
Now I'm like a fucking one of those fishes. You know those, what are they called? Flat heads with the eyes on each side.
A hammerhead.
Hammerhead. That's it. You know what I'm talking about. So do you want me to intro everyone?
Yeah, you intro us, man.
Okay. So guys, this is our first time. I don't know what camera to look at, but this is the first time I'm going to look at the big fella, the big one. It feels like I'm on a television production. And this is going to be rough and ready because the podcast is called the Triple R Effect, Real, Raw, Relatable. Myself, Mr. Brandon, give it up here, bro. We're going to be rocking out everything that we know and what we've experienced in our lives and in our industries. You know, Brandon, you can share what you want to be giving, obviously, our viewers over these next few months and sessions.
Well, my background's in video marketing. And I've been behind the camera for over 10 years now, and something I love doing. And I am absolutely of the belief that every single business owner or marketer should be making videos, regardless of having really expensive equipment and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And the only gap that we're actually finding today is knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge of good lighting setups, good sound, all that kind of stuff to get business owners to a certain point where they're making great content with their phones, with what they have, and they're going that next stage because there's a sea of mediocrity out there at the moment. A lot of people just said, a whole lot of internet marketers tell people, you've got to make videos. Yeah. And the problem is that everyone's just throwing out the phone, it's shaky, the lighting's wrong, you can't hear anything. Mm-hmm. There's a sad mediocrity out there. So I'm currently teaching business owners how to do that. Not only that, getting to the stage where they're really comfortable in their own skin and growing as a business owner as well, or an entrepreneur, because it's scary. It can be really scary getting in front of the camera. I've even seen the best public speakers before. Yeah, like they jump in front of the camera and they're like. All it is a lens. Yeah, it becomes scripted, doesn't it? It's like robotic. Yeah, and they get more scared because the camera doesn't give you any feedback. It's just like, it just go on. Talk to me. It doesn't do anything. It just wants you to talk to it, and you don't get any feedback. You don't get any emotion from it until you put it out there. Yeah, and a lot of people, and that's what a lot of people do. They see what they've made, and they're just like, this, it's not good enough or anything like that. And they start procrastinating. Yep. And little do they know is that they actually made really good content, or they presented in a really good way. Yeah, exactly. But even if you did trip and fall a couple of times, it's just about getting out there the first time and making it happen, and just saying, okay, I made the leap to go to the next stage. With and that's we know each other quite well. But I want you to go deeper. I always want to test you with that, because I know you've been in behind the cameras for the news, for obviously cinematography. But I'm always the one so-called rebel. We want to go against the grain, but I want you to get the dirty stuff out. I want you to get tell the people out there where they're fucking up. And I want you to go and because we see a lot of people and what we've spoken behind. Obviously behind. When we haven't been filming, what's some things, and what do you want people to walk away with? More importantly, why are people going to be clicking in, getting on, listening, getting on? Are we going to be putting this on iTunes at all? Yeah, put it on iTunes. iTunes. It's going to be on YouTube. It's obviously going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. But I want you to get the juicy stuff out. I want you to get the controversial shit that we talk about when we're sitting there having a few drinks. Tell me some of that stuff that you're going to be telling the audience. With branding, marketing, business. But the mindset where people are fucking up. Yeah. It's really, you've got a more specific question? Yep. Anything? More about what are you seeing that's really pissing you off, that you see it and you feel like fucking reaching through the camera, shaking people? A lot of people that are getting told by a lot of internet marketers out there. That's the one. That actually haven't had the experience to, be teaching video. There's a lot that's the shit what I want to hear. That's the stuff I want to hear. That's what I mean. There's a lot of people out there that have, everyone knows that video is the most engaging thing these days, and I'm seeing a lot of gurus out there that have had 1 year experience in front of the camera, maybe 2 years of experience in front of the camera. They've never actually done it professionally. Yeah. And they're out here talking to people about how to make their videos and stuff like that. And there's some bad advice going out there when it comes to just make videos, you know. We're getting to a point where quality is becoming like it's going to be a big focus soon.
Yeah.
Because people are just putting out, it's like what you say all the time, stand out to stand out.
Yeah.
If you're not standing out in the quality of videos, then it's going to get to a point where you're just going to get washed in a sea of mediocrity and conformity.
Do you agree with this as well, the whole mentality that you see people putting content out? I even know if I'm tagging you in a lot of stuff and you switch off to it because it's like, and if the videos aren't capturing, there's no pattern interrupts, like all the techniques that you teach everybody, and even in my industry about the mindset and really coming from the heart, not the head, you get to a point and you just scroll over it. And like you said, it's just we're going to be in this massive sea of conformity.
The biggest thing is that there's a lot of people that are they're faking it.
Yeah.
And they're being told to be this really high energy.
Yeah.
They're being told to be this really high energy when they know it's not them. And they know, and that's when a lot of people...
You can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel that a lot of people they're faking it at the moment when it comes to being on camera.
Yeah.
There's people go, hey guys, how you doing? And you know, it's just... After working on films and working with actors and stuff, you can tell acting.
Yeah.
You can tell when people are acting. There's presenting.
Yeah.
There's being like a higher self on camera.
Yeah.
And then there's actually acting.
Yeah.
And then people are being...
you can see that disassociation from your real character. Yeah.
Like I've seen people that I've known in the real world.
Yeah.
They're not like... They're nowhere near the person that they are.
Yeah.
Then they're on camera.
Isn't that crazy? It's a fucking letdown.
It's disappointing actually because you're not actually seeing the real person. But not only that, it's a lot of... And what a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners that can like stray them away from making videos and getting content out there and being the brand is that it can cause an issue where people think they need to be this really high energy person.
100%.
They need to be someone that they're not. And a lot of people, and I get a lot of clients ask me sometimes like all the time, they're just like, oh, do I have to be this, you know, I'm not that person I see it on all that kind of stuff.
I'm not good looking enough, I don't speak, I don't like my voice, my teeth are yellow.
But yeah, that's what I mean, there's like, you know, I've got a little bit of yellow teeth every now and again. But that's the biggest thing is that they're scared to share the knowledge that they have. All because there's a lot of fake people out there that don't have the knowledge. And
it's just all copying, isn't it?
You've said this before, like a lot of people have imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Like they've got the experience, they've been there, they've done that.
Yeah.
And they are scared to show it to the world because they still feel like an imposter. But then you've got actual imposters being someone that they're not. Yeah. And, you know, they look at a YouTube video or they read a blog post or something like that and it's just like, oh,
they just copy shit.
Copy that straight away. Videos build trust.
Yep.
Videos build your brand. Videos have a way of sensing, like you can look at a photo and see what someone looks like, but you can gauge people's energy a lot better through a video.
It gives you that realness, you know. Everyone can hide behind it like a picture, but that video, you're seeing people, the way they move, you know, what words are they putting together.
And what's your take on it? Like you see it all the time. You work with energy. You can sense this. Like how do you find it?
My biggest thing, as you know, even when we met, and hopefully I really tick the boxes in real life. I'm like how I am in, you know, I'm probably more intense in real life. And it's being real. It's about getting out of your head. And like if there was a teleprompter here and we're going, okay, that's what we're going, like, you know, it's robotic. And even like, you know, how when we coach each other and I know when my biggest fear was to be on camera, to be a public speaker. And it wasn't a public speaker. I remember I learned how to stand there, public speak, what to dress and all that wanky stuff. But it took me away from who I wanted to be. And I always say that people, you know, I've got some clients like you, even like yourself, and some people go, oh, I'm just this. And I'm just that. What do you mean just that? You're fucking incredible. And, you know, I've even had people that, oh, I'm just a mum, I'm just a dad. I'm like, that's the, you know, the biggest blessing and title and leadership role that anyone can have. But it's this conformity. Oh, I'm not this pretty Barbie doll or this big He-Man. And yeah, look, if you want to look good. If you want to dress up any way you want, but I really believe we need more leaders, not you know, all these fucking followers. Oh, I've got this many followers, so I'm supposed to respect you more. And as you know, people that are going to be watching this and going to be listening to this and even, you know, face to face, the realness of that, when you're in that energy, you can feel it and you feel empowered. It's like I was saying in, the TAR yesterday, the live stream on the public page on Facebook, that when someone's in that energy, they're like a light and they're like a beacon. And if you've got plants and you put plants in the dark, where pretty much that's what society is saying, they start to die. But someone that has that congruent energy, it's not a loudmouth or an influencer or some fucking TV celebrity wanker. It's more about, obviously I can curse, can't I?
Yeah.
And I'm always going to be beeping it out. And it's like they're this beacon of light, and then you see these plants, they start to open up and they blossom. And as you know, realness, and I always say to all the other people in our team, open yourself up and be you, because the better you can be at you become untouchable. Because if you want to be another Gary Vee, everyone wants to be a Gary Vee. If you want to be another Tony Robbins,
Yes.
And all that stuff. Be you, it's great. And then people are going, they're quoting me all these people's names. I said, shut the fuck up about their quotes. You make it up. Tell me some of your quotes.
Yep.
And this person says that. And the first time we met, we're at an event, and this person was quoting all these Earl Nightingale, this person, that, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's great to model greatness of greatness, but become your own. And as I always say, if you treat people like a star, what do they treat you like?
They'll treat you like a fan.
Like a fan. And and that gives you a massive disassociation from where you are and who you want to be and where you want to go. So be fucking real.
So if someone was to and that's what I mean, there's a lot of people that have this mindset that they've got to be someone they're not and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As someone that works with all that kind of stuff, what would be your tips to get out of that mindset of you're not good enough and you're an imposter, or because that's what I mean, there's so many people out there that are just so good at what they do. They've been in it for years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the confidence to get out and share it with people.
Yeah, exactly.
When they've got all the credibility in the world. Like you say, watch your certificates. You got them, if you can see them at the back there, guys. They're all the certificates you've got. You've got the certifications. I've been to film school. I've been in the news. I've been, running a film business for years.
Your videos prove
But at the end of the day, like, it's the life experience as well.
Fucking oath, yeah.
Like, how long you've actually been in the industry, and that's important to share.
And I really believe it's what you experience. You don't need to have all those bits of, what I call them, toilet paper and whatever. That's the first time I've put them up in 12 years. Yeah. And there's many more. It's just like, and people go, what about you talk about your trophies in sport? My parents have got like a whole garage for my trophies. Who cares about that? Yeah, I've done it, but how am I living now? Yeah. And why I say that, they're accolades, and we are the trophy. When I did my TED talk, I spoke about that we are the trophy. All these things, take them off. They're a polishing rag. And as you go, like, don't forget that if you go, I need to be that, or I'm not going to start until I've got all this equipment to start doing videos. This is great. We've got, top age professional stuff that's cost you tens of thousands of dollars. But do you need to wait with that? Like, what you're going to be bringing to the market, of being able to show people how to get a brand, how to get their message across just by using their phones. Because at the moment, the phones are what people can afford. Some people can't even afford phones. But
we're blessed.
Do you know what I mean?
You're blessed just to have a phone.
Yeah. I know some people that don't even have these new iPhones and all this equipment. Like, there's probably close to $100,000 of equipment here.
Yeah, close to.
But this stuff's, I'm like, wow. But going back to how can people get back to their true core? What I did was I got inspired firstly by improving my life and wanting to get better at what I was doing, coming back from being suicidal and disruptive and the bully and just a fucking crazy nut, because that was the way I thought I could be heard and seen. But then when I said, no, hold on a minute, I want to, kindness is the cure, and start giving back, and because I didn't think and believe I had any quality or any value to give to others. And then I tell you what, the simplest thing was start to do videos, start to teach. And yes, it's daunting because I spat, or I stuttered. Who cares? Everyone spits, everyone stutters, everyone cries, everyone farts behind closed doors, everyone has sex, everyone swears. Not saying that you need to be an absolute, loose pig in front of the camera. Like, this is how we are anyway. there needs to be a part of professionalism for yourself, you know, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure if we were here naked, sitting here naked, we'd get more views, but that's only going to last for certain, you know, for a certain amount of time.
There's the naked guys again. Oh, there you go.
Yep, naked coaches. And it's that it's that unusualness, it's that differential, it's going against the grain, what's going to stand out. But don't lose yourself to, you know, to be these people. Like I was watching this video today and they were talking about TikTok and, you know, why are people, you know, getting famous on TikTok? And there was a kid on YouTube just opening toys and playing toys, made $20 million in a year, and he's like 6 years old. But the uniqueness was that it becomes entertaining. And I know that I really got good at being me, was educating myself and not going, okay, I'm going to quote that book from Dr. Joe Dispenza or Deepak Chopra or you know, Grant Cardone. I was doing videos that inspired me first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like even now, you know, we didn't record what we're going to do. We just said, okay, this is roughly what we're going to rock out. We'll give people a bit of an introduction into us and then let's just go.
Straight into it.
Yeah.
That's it. And like, Gary Vee says it all the time, all the stuff, you know, marketing, whiz-bang marketer, you know, been on social media for ages and stuff like that. He says, don't try and be me. Don't try and be such and such. Don't try and be someone else.
Yeah.
Like, your energy is your energy and you will attract the same people, you will attract the same audience that's interested in you.
Yeah.
Because there gets to a point where if you're putting on an act all the time,
yeah,
and you're putting on a mask, then it's just gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know, not everybody needs to get along. Not everyone needs to agree.
And it's important that you don't sit on the fence, because if you're a fence sitter and you tell people that, you know, just general knowledge that, you know, people want to hear, they don't get famous. They don't find followings. So haters will come. People are gonna hate. People will hate on your stuff.
Yeah, hopefully they do, because that shows that you're successful.
They'll think that you're a pompous dickhead, or they might think you're arrogant because you're making videos.
A shaved their guy come out of prison.
I've had friends make fun of me. It's like, oh, so why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You know, you're online, you know. And then I get a lot of people say that was a really good live, or that was a really good video. Like, really enjoyed your video.
And how do you deal with the haters? Because there's a lot of everyone. That's one of the biggest reasons people don't want to start and do what we're going to do, because they feel like they're going to get judged.
Haters is that you just got to realize that most of the time they're coming from a place where they're insecure themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing something that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Or dare I say it, they're jealous of you, of the fact that you're actually...
it's fucking oath.
Like, but like, that's like, everyone says like, oh, they're just jealous, but they are.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're very, they're upset that you're going out there and you're being yourself and you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
And you might not get any haters for a while, but as soon as you start getting that following, people are going to start disagreeing with you, or, you know, I'll say it again, if you've been in an industry for ages and you feel like you might be an imposter or anything like that, or, you know, that people are going to disagree with you, say, you've had that experience, you just got to remember that you are an expert and you are a professional.
Awesome.
That's the biggest thing.
What about the people that don't have the experience though, and they're starting off? You know, as we know, we've got a lot of, you know, people that we know.
The best thing to do that is don't be authentic and say, I'm going through a journey.
Don't be authentic, or be authentic?
No, be authentic.
Yeah.
Be authentic.
Because you said don't, then...
I said don't.
Yes.
And I meant full stop.
Yes.
Be authentic.
Yes.
Be authentic, right? And be honest with your audience and say, I'm going through... A lot of people do this. Like, if they go and say through a video journey, they're starting videos, they say, I'm going through a journey.
Yeah.
Follow me on my journey and I will teach you things that I learn on the way.
Storytelling, yeah?
Yeah, storytelling.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Storytelling. It's when they come out and they pretend that they've been out in the industry for years and whatnot, and, you know, they've been in, you know, this and that. Just be honest with people and say, I'm going through a journey, and people will still follow you. It's a story. It's you know, if you're starting off and you want to make content, just be honest with people.
Yep.
Right. Being this expert straight off the bat can cause problems. Be authentic. Be truthful with the audience.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And you won't feel like a fraud as well.
Yeah.
If you're being an expert with no experience, you'll start feeling like a fraud and feeling like you don't have the experience. But if you literally just say, hey, I'm starting out, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm learning, and I'm going to teach you guys along the way, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right, so for everyone now, this is some high-end shit. Like even like Brandon and I, we spend a lot of time together. I'm learning, but I want to take it down deeper. Like, yeah, look, this is a bit of an intro for what we're going to. Our main interest of what we want to give you guys. We want to give you guys the stuff that people are talking about, but they don't have the balls to say. We want to, these strategies you probably want to you hear and you see that. So I want to go deeper before you want to start a brand and a business and have success. When we talk about, let's just talk about the culture for a moment of Australia. Let's say Melbourne. I call it the Showbag Syndrome. I call it that. I'm only going to work with you if you know these people. Like we went to an event on Australia Day, and the reason why I wanted Brandon to go to the event because they say it's 1,000 of Melbourne's most influential people, which is a bit yes and no, but. Who's dictating who's influential, or because you're a footballer, or because you own a nightclub, or because you're a drug dealer, or you're a bikie, or you're a stripper, or you're a reality TV E-class celebrity. And yes, a lot of these people are our friends. A lot of these people have grown up, and they're beautiful people. But who's saying that? You're better than me because of whatever the label is, and how you break that stigma and how you break that mold is being you, and you don't treat anyone any different. You treat people with respect. If they're a wanker, you treat them. You don't need to be a wanker, but you back yourself away from it.
Distance yourself away from those people. Yeah.
But it was more like a social experiment, and I wanted Brandon to come in that environment because. There was a lot of these energies that was just fake. Look at me, showbag, plastic, and there was also a lot of congruency, and there was and it's a very good filter. But being in Melbourne, being in Australia, a lot of people pride themselves of how many tattoos they got, how much muscle they are, how many muscles they've got, or how muscly they are. The girls are these fake lips, fake boobs. And, social media, Instagram, that's fantastic. One guy covered in tattoos, tops off, got 1 million followers, yeah? But then he gets on the camera and he talks a bit like this. Not Down syndrome, bit slow. So we're not being biased to anybody, but it's just like you see that disassociation, or you see the girl and you think that she's going to go, hi, she talks like a man. And I'm just giving feedback, and I want you guys, I'm not picking shit on anybody, but what I'm saying is that there's a false image and a false facade that a lot of people are attracted to. But what we're getting at is that you can be that image, you can have that look and energy about you, but also when you get off behind the scenes, that's the real life. And our journey is to make it nice and fantastic, and this is why it's very raw, and we want to show you guys behind the scenes. But when these cameras are off, the lights are off, and the makeup and all, we don't have makeup on today, but being able to back up what people are doing, and Brandon seeing that, he's seeing people, a pretty girl there talking and just saying a few things, but then when the cameras are off, the life doesn't back it up.
You can kind of gauge from a lot of their videos as well, like that it's just not them.
Yeah.
Like there's you're right. It's very much an ego thing as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people's egos get in the way.
But why is that? Why can't they just be?
I don't know. It's like they've got in a mind where they're watching a lot of fake people already, and they think that they're successful. I've got to be just like that.
Yeah.
If you know someone and someone's making content and stuff like that, and they're not the same from behind the scenes. Like I've even seen people where they've gone live, they're this happy person, and they've forgotten to push live, the off button, and the next thing they've just turned into this for the next 5 seconds, it's the mood goes, that was good.
I've seen that at some events I've been on, and I was behind the scenes.
It's like all of a sudden, as soon as it's done, the energy's gone.
The person stops breathing in, their fucking pot comes out.
But that's another thing. That's another thing. Like when you're making content, come from a place of passion as well.
Yeah.
Like don't
be inspired by it.
Your audience isn't a cash cow.
Yeah.
If you can monetize your channel or anything like that, fantastic, awesome.
Yeah.
But always put the content first.
That's the golden ticket there. And we mentioned this before. I'm glad that you said that because I would have fucking forgot about it. That you can see when people they make connections on all the social media, especially LinkedIn, and they're wanting to sell stuff. And I'm just like, you know what, fuck off. I don't need this and that. But if someone comes across congruently what they've got, or you're watching someone and someone talks to you about what they can get out of you, it's the worst thing that you could do because it's not authentic. I don't trust you. Even if your stuff is amazing, but the way, when we talk about it, they want something from you, and it's like, hey guys, and I'm going to show you my selling tactics. Like, I hate the word selling, as you know. Be a leader. Show up with that content. Give value that is already starting to add value into people's lives. Like, since we've been working together, and I'm not just saying this because we're on camera and this, that so many people that even at the event we went to, and people that have been watching my journey, they said, since you've been making the professional videos and teaching me how to storytell, in a nutshell, that it's gone from, that's just Lee, it was fantastic. And because professional videos have a place, but also having a video and being able to do the videos from your phone also is very relatable as well.
It's powerful because like I'll go through what I've come up with, a 3-tier system. There's 3 tiers of content that you should make.
I thought you said 3 tits.
3 tits? 3 tits, Like the, that chick out of, what's it
Star
called?
Wars.
No. What is it? Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't it?
Total Recall.
But
that'd be good.
There's 3 tiers of content, and like tier 1 is like when you're making a brand.
Yep.
There are some videos that should be professionally made because it's your brand. It's very important.
Yep.
And these are the first videos these are like the introduction to you or your brand or your company. The About Me video or About Company video, I also call it a video business card. So it's not just goes on your website, it goes on your social media stuff.
Goes
it also
everywhere,
goes on the bottom of your emails, meet us or get to know us or whatever it is.
Geez, that's what I need to do on my email. You have to fucking show me that later.
Put it on your About Me video, put it on your email.
Yeah.
And when we do I teach you how to do the
the other stuff. See, there you go, we're learning live.
Yep.
If I had hair, I got goosebumps then.
Then you've got like a product video, like what are your services or what are your products, explaining to customers what they are. And then I always recommend 3 testimonial videos.
Yeah.
But not just 3 testimonials in one video, 3 separate people. 3 separate people.
Yep.
And if you've got different services, try to get a mix of the different services.
Yep.
Because if someone's looking for, so you've got the TAR, you've got the retreats, and you've got the one-on-one coaching. So
TAR's online program.
Lee's online program, which is very good. If you get the chance, get on there, jump on.
I'll slip you the 50 later on it.
There's his plug.
Yeah.
You've got, although we did all your testimonials that we made for you, they had done each one basically.
Yeah,
they were already in it. So there's a
everything.
bit of taste of everything. They talked about the True Authentic Reality or the TAR.
Yeah.
They talked about the one-on-one coaching, and they talked about the retreats. But if you do have clients that say just done the TAR, or they've just done the one-on-one coaching, or just done the retreat, then having a bit of a taste and a story of each one helps with, because if you had like 3 testimonials on only one of your services, they're like, oh, but what about this?
Yeah.
Oh, what about that? So people want to know other people who've got results. It's it's almost like, what do you call it? Word of mouth marketing.
Yeah.
They see someone that's already trusted, that's already got the results, like fantastic. Once again, video's hard to hide energy.
Yeah.
Written testimonials, anyone could write it. Let's be
you
honest.
can see if they've been told what to say.
Yep. You can be told what to say, and if they've genuinely want to be there for the testimonial, you can tell. So they're the professional videos I recommend.
Run over those again.
So they were the About Us / video business card.
Yep.
Which talks about why you do it, a little bit what you do, and your history and your story.
Yep.
Your product video or service video, actually a video just dedicated on talking about those.
Yep.
So people get to know what you actually do. And 3 different testimonial stories. That's tier 1. And you got tier 2, which is your making pre-recorded videos on your phone or something like that. But they're of good quality. Not just hey guys, all that kind of stuff. That's another tier altogether.
Yeah.
This is you sitting down, planning out what your...
Would you say it's like one of those things you've got the motion... What's it called?
The gimbal.
Gimbal?
My phone's on the gimbal, If you want to buy a gimbal, for sure. Or buy a tripod, very, very similar.
And give a quick rundown of just what a gimbal is, what it does.
A gimbal is a stabilization tool. So you can move it around and stuff like that.
And the camera just stays
I mean, if you shake it like this, you'll still get shake, but it won't look like camera shake. It will look like genuine movement. Yeah. So that looks a bit weird.
And I was like, we'll get it.
But
we'll keep that.
It just takes the shake and the yucky camera shake out. And you can get some nice camera movements. Anyway, that's enough about a gimbal. about the tier 2 content. But it's you sitting down, planning what do my viewers want to see, giving advice, giving tips, entertainment as well. Go out and make some entertaining videos. They work. My company's made viral videos before for clients. One's even up to 3 million views on Facebook, which we're very proud of at Vidco.
So give it an example, entertaining what
so this client, she coaches tradies. That's it. That's right. You know, like, what does she do?
I remember.
And we got to a point where we're making educational content. It's going well, you know, but we found that she herself was posting memes, and we're like, okay. So we looked at the data and we said, okay, what's the trend here? They're liking the funny stuff. The audience is liking the funny stuff, and some audiences really like the funny stuff.
That's good.
And some audiences might like the more serious stuff or the inspirational stuff. It's about knowing what your audience likes.
And it's trial and error as well, isn't it?
And we made a video about first of all, it was what tradies don't say. So it was about going around to the tradies. It's like, I absolutely love the foreman, or I love working overtime and stuff like that. Being sarcastic. That went well. Got about 300,000 views, so that went viral.
Yep.
But then we did, and the name of the business is Ladies with Tradies, and we did the one where the ladies had a turn. What tradie ladies or tradie wives never say.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And honestly, I thought we'd get a similar result as the boys, but it just went bonkers.
Yeah.
And one thing we've noticed is that ladies share more things on social media.
Yes.
So if you've got a following that's mostly ladies, it's good because they're more likely to share things.
Yep.
Went bonkers, and we hit 1 million views in less than a week.
Wow.
On Facebook. Apparently, it's now at around about 3 million views, close to 3 million views.
Wow.
So, and we kept on making skits related to that. And sure, they didn't get up to the millions, but they still got up to like the 20Ks and stuff like that.
And that's organic, not boosted.
Organic. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. The 3 million views. Well, we did boost it, but it was very, very. It was like probably about 2% of what the actual views were. Awesome. It was just blasting off organically, and that's just about knowing what your audience wants. So, and another big thing is that likes don't exactly equate to viewers.
No.
You'll be so surprised at how many times where.
Would it be even at the event like we went to? Like everyone looks at our stuff, and I'm like, we don't even know that we connected on social media.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're just like, I love your stuff. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
You've never liked any of my stuff. You've never shared any of my stuff.
Yep.
But they're watching.
Yeah.
They're watching. Okay. People are always watching.
And you know one quick thing I'll say, I just want to interrupt for a moment. What I noticed when I was starting out, that don't gauge your success on how many likes or all the rest of it, because people are always, and the inconsistency, no one was on my live stream, or I didn't have 1,000 followers, or no one was commenting. Because if you're constantly showing up, or when the person's there and you're there, and when they put up their target, hey, I want your help. If you're not constantly ready to go, ready to shoot, literally shoot with a camera, or you shoot with your service. Yep. Hold on, let me go, and before that person's gone. So don't gauge yourself, because people see everything. I even know people I've spent time with that they don't like anything, because then it shows people, leaves a footprint, I've seen that, or you know what I mean? It leaves traces.
Your buyers, it's funny, like your buyers, once you make content, they don't like anything. They don't.
Yep.
It's very, very funny how that happens, and most of the time, I'll be honest with you, the likers are just viewers. They'll never buy anything.
Yeah.
But the people that are watching behind the scenes, it's not until they become a client that they'll start liking my stuff. Yeah. It's weird. It's like in the mind, it's like, if I like this, I'll look like I'm a consumer. Yeah. In their mind. Yeah. I'll look like a target. Yeah. I'll start to try and be sold.
That's so true.
Right? But then eventually, when the time comes, they'll just message you, or they'll say, hey, I'm looking for this. Can you help me? All just through a natural progression of making good content.
And you know the thing, even to go deeper with that, like for people starting off, and I even know with my coaches, they lead me, and doing what I've been doing for 12 years, and knowing what you've done for your 10 years or 11 years now, that it goes down to your belief system. It goes down to your belief system that you're so empowered and so inspired, so fucking driven for where you're going. Yeah. I even know with last year was a bumpy year, and my focus and that I was just doing to do. I was being busy to be busy. Yep. But when you know what you're doing and you've got that energy, and because people want to be led, and if you're so fucking like spot on and empowered and inspired, whatever word you want to use on your why, you're going to bring people with you, because most people don't have visions. Most people are looking for a strong person of influence, or not someone, a girl in a bikini with her tits out that's selling fake tan. That's not an influence. That's just a quick flick.
It's funny how they call it influencer.
Influence what? They influence a guy cracking a fat. That's what they do. Do you know what I mean? They influence you, the blood going to your dick.
It's not a good word for it, really. It's more celebrity than influencer. But
and just that quick stimulation.
Yeah.
And I know, coming from a 9-to-5 job, transitioning into creating, an environment for masculine men, because that's what I thought in my team, in my life and in my team. Okay, I've got myself out of suicide, blah blah blah, back into becoming a leader, so to speak. Then women, like, I didn't think that, my limiting belief was that no women are going to be attracted to what I'm doing, and then like you have to create, instead of just beast males, beauties and the beast.
Yep.
And that was a big limiting belief, that I left so much, so to speak, money on the table and helping people because of my limiting belief, until hold on, I needed to be this whiz-bang person and have more of those things, bits of toilet paper on the, and so many people said, you should have been helping people a long time ago. So what I'm getting at, with the understanding of self, that don't worry because people haven't been inspired by what you do. You stay inspired by what you do and stay on the path. Yep. Even with your new transition, that if you're not having the momentum and constantly showing up and having consistency, because success breeds, momentum, and momentum breeds success.
Yep.
And sex, if you
sex and success.
Remember Triple S, there's some sex?
Yeah.
And the thing is, there was this saying on one of the posts. It says, when someone acts in their pure, when self-acceptance is so attractive, and when someone acts in their pure charisma, that it doesn't even matter that the person is talking about something fucking crazy, people are going to be attracted to that. Because it's not so much about what you do, it's who you are. People buy into you before they buy what you do.
Exactly. They're buying you, exactly right. And that's what I always say to a lot of clients as well, is that if your industry is a race to the bottom, where they're just constantly looking for the cheapest price, the best way to get them to buy from you, if you're not the cheapest price, because let's be honest, price is a big factor, but at the same time, if they've already seen that you're going to give them so much more value just through the content you're creating, and they already know you through the content, there's already a sense of energy there. If you're being genuine, that is. Yep. If you're being, hey guys, how's it going? I don't talk like this normally. I'm just being an actor. It's probably going to draw people a lot more away.
Can I ask a quick question what you said then? And it's so fucking on point if you guys missed it. When you said the race from the bottom. So people want, to get the, come on little Pratsky. We've got our Prada. We've got our, this is our mascot, the sausage dog.
Hello.
That why do you think that you're in the right area then, if people are being tight asses, so to speak, and it is a race from the bottom, the cheapest, like if you're talking about your industry, the cheapest videos, do you think that that's the people you want to be around, these tight asses that don't want to spend money, instead of understanding people that understand success, and if someone's got money, if you're a millionaire, you're not going to buy a so to speak a second-hand Toyota.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're going to go, no, I know the value, so I'm going to buy a Ferrari, Lamborghini, a Bentley. And maybe that's a shift in people that we should be, talking to, that they're going to understand. They know, the investment in themselves. That's what they're going to get.
Exactly. Calling them tight asses, it's a point where, yes, I've now shifted to an area where my services are very high quality, and I'm only going to be looking for people that respect that, because the two different mindsets. I know that when people are looking for cheaper rates, they also look for a lot of bang for buck. Like if you do have a higher end service, that you're obviously going for those people that have the higher energy, you know. And I say higher energy in terms of like they understand that the investment that they're making is very important. You do get what you pay for, especially in my industry. Like I've had over 10 years experience making videos. Excuse me. And it does get to a point where video is very subjective, and there's 1,000,001 ways to make a video. Whereas some other jobs, there's like 1 or 2 ways to do the job, and you'll get a very similar result. You know, there's quality involved. But with video, there's 1,000,001 ways you can make a video. There's a million ways you can shoot it. There's a million ways you can edit it. There's a million ways you can plan it. All that kind of stuff. You know, and finding someone that has that experience is really important if you want to get it done right the first time. You know, so many people, they can come back to me and say, we went the cheap route and it's not what we wanted, pretty much. That's why we're coming to you to do it right the first time or the second time.
And I'll be honest, even before I started working with Brandon, there were so many people that it just got so hard. Like Brandon, I'm not just saying because he's sitting there. Like, I'll be honest, I've had other people that they don't want to change this, they don't want to change that, they don't care about it, they don't put their heart and soul into it. And it really gave me a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest with you, about working with videographers, because I'm thinking, well, fuck, you've made it like this. Isn't it about my message? Isn't it about how I want to feel about it? And look, don't get me wrong, you've got some people that they're very hard to work at the start, and you come back and they edit it and say, well, tell me what you want from the start. But I'll be honest with you, you made it you made it easy for one. You know, you're a gentleman and all the rest of it, and you're very giving, but it also gave me more of an understanding of myself. Like, because what we don't just want to talk about the physical, make a video, get a videographer, get a coach. We want to break it down to the deep core values of, is this going to better me as a person? Because I know, as I always share with you, and vice versa, don't worry about your marketing and branding, being a coach, being an entrepreneur, being a dad, whatever the identity you fucking want to be, an athlete, whatever. It's at the end of the day that is the journey making you into a better person. And you can work with people and you can get a videographer and you go, geez, that person was a fucking wanker, but I got a nice video. You know, it's building that relationship, or, having a coach. But I even know, even as you know, with people I work with, like, man, I become great friends. But then with some people, I want to kick them off my balcony, you know what I mean? But because it's about being that realness and who you're evolving to be on the journey,
and selecting your clients as well is really important, because you've got to be able to gel. If you're working on a project like you yourself, you're not just working, you're not just telling people to do, you're building that person up. They're going to be resistive. It's like, even when people come to me and I can tell if they're going to be difficult to work with or not. Like, you come to me and I am sussing you out to see if you're actually worth working with. You come to me and you start like full on demanding things, or if you start, expecting things for absolutely nothing. Like,
you don't need to be working with these people.
No, you don't need to be working with these people. But if you come with me ideas and we have a meeting, we have a good laugh, and we like, I'm always going to listen to your ideas. Don't get me wrong. But if we flow together, because as an artist and a marketer and someone of expertise, if you come to me telling me what you exactly, thinking you know it all, it's going to be like, okay, I don't think we're going to be a good fit here, because we're going to clash heads all the time,
Because then that's it. As we know, we've been doing this, the money is not worth it. Like, it's at the money, it's the friendship, it's the relationship.
And
it's the journey.
Relationships in clients is really important. But it's just something that's... We're funny. We've gone to a tangent from marketing to talking about clients.
That's what it's about.
This is the podcast, mate. This is what it is. This is the real world relatable content.
We're not following any fucking.
we're just talking crap now. But it's good, because you really need to find that client, and you can put it back to marketing as well. Is that you will get to a stage where you get to choose who your clients are, and you'll know who the tire kickers are. And you'll know who people are just wasting your time, or they're going to be difficult to work with. They're out there. And it's also being a good consumer as well. So if you approach an expert, expect to sit down and learn. Don't come to them and say, oh, this is how I do it, or anything like that. Sit down and
be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable, because you won't learn anything. If you're being resistive, you won't learn anything. if you're constantly there to just have a fight,
Yeah.
you know, or to prove someone wrong,
Yep.
it's going to be a bad time.
Yep.
You know, so.
All right, let's get into what's the time. So we've almost been rocking this out for an hour. Let's get into. I want to give people some taste tests of some really juicy shit, so they're going to go. I want to be jumping on these podcasts, watching the videos. So let's be honest. At the end of the day, you know, why aren't you doing a 9-to-5 job, working for someone else? Why are you wanting to, you know, create film, help people build their brands and business? What's the feeling that it's given you? Is it something that you know, are you trying to prove something against people or go against people, said, no, you can't do that? Or, you know, what is it?
No, it's not proving myself to anyone. It's more proving myself to me, because I've always wanted to be. My parents were entrepreneurs through my life. And that's how I've seen, like, I saw them doing their own thing. Yep. I've wanted to follow in their footsteps as well. And, you know... Why? Because I saw that, you know, they were building something for them.
Good.
You know, it wasn't for someone else. It wasn't like I'm going to work to build someone else's dream.
Yeah.
It was because, you know, this is our thing.
Fucking love that.
And
we've never discussed this.
No, we never discussed it. No. Now we're discussing my private life on the stream.
What colour jocks you got on?
Actually black.
Black
with a blue trim.
There you go for you ladies out there. He's a married man, so...
Married man. Megan, if you're watching, I love you.
That's his boyfriend. Wife. I'm joking.
That's his boyfriend.
We're changing it up, you know, if there's any gay people.
But the biggest thing with why film is that I've originally got into film because I thought it was fun. I did it, like, you did media and stuff like that. Went to high school, I'm like, I don't know what I want to be. Mum and dad are like, how about you be a scientist? I'm like, yeah, I'll try physics, and I absolutely hated it. I'm not a maths person. I've always been a creative person, a very emotional person, being a Cancer, emotional, like being able to connect with films and the way films are, you know, connecting film with the shots with music and the way the shots are and stuff. It's always been very easy to connect with.
Yeah.
So I thought I want to do that as well. Went to film school, that kind of stuff, and came out of it, and making films was really good. Worked on feature films, worked on short films, worked on miniseries, worked on commercials, worked in the news and stuff. But then I wanted to get down to helping businesses grow their social media content.
Yep.
I started with a business partner, I started a company called Midco. And then we were making content for businesses, constant content. And then my business partner moved to Perth, and now it's just me. But now telling the story for a business, it's not about, hey, nice video. It's more about, hey, I got this out of it. I got a good result out of my videos, you know.
That's how you do things for a result.
People are connecting with me. People are connecting with my story. Like you say, people are connecting with my story. Like, you told it in a way that no one's seen before.
Yeah.
You know? And that was that tier one content, making that tier one content. And then it came to a point where now I'm helping business owners and entrepreneurs that realize that they don't have the budget to spend thousands of dollars a month on professional stuff, but they still want to make good content.
Yeah.
And it's important to make good content because, like I said, we're going to a point where we're falling into a sea of mediocrity because people are just saying, make videos. Yeah, but you've still got to make videos well to get noticed. And for people's attention spans, less than 3 seconds. If you're not getting them in the first 3 seconds, you're not making entertaining or worthwhile watching, then there's no point. If it looks crud, people are just going to scroll past. The lighting's wrong. If you're filming next to a highway and thinking that's a good idea when all I can hear is the bus going by, you know, I can't hear what the value you're giving, there's no point in making
that video that I sent you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I see it all the time. Like being on LinkedIn, I see a lot of people with, you know, good content of value, but they're not doing, there's two types of quality. There's quality of content of what you're talking about, and then there's quality of production value, which is, you know, making it look good and attractive to the eye. Because remember, the first thing you've got to do is pull people off the newsfeed. You know, and
pull them off or get their attention.
Get their attention. Pull them off the newsfeed. But that's the first thing you got to do, and you do that with visuals. And you do that with production value.
Can I just say that because I don't want to forget. What you just said to me then is huge, and hopefully everyone at home is going to be listening to this and watching this later. From being someone that's all about ultimate human potential, that if someone's taking shortcuts in one area of life, what you do in one area, you do in all.
That's right.
And then if someone's, oh yeah, I do a video, but then they're too lazy to get away from, I don't know, like they're just, like, don't get me wrong, it's not about being lazy. Some people don't have the awareness.
They just don't have the knowledge. Yeah.
But if the thing about what I think about is that if you don't have the knowledge to make it great, then you don't have the knowledge in other areas. Like, are you being lazy? Are you being incompetent? Because then I look at it and then you look a little bit deeper, but you see the people that, look, you don't need to set up a whole production, but yeah, people are they're getting themselves out there, and then I'm like, hold on a minute, that's forced. And then if I was going to work with you, and that's how I look at coaches. You know, you see some coaches, they do a great presentation, they jump up on chairs and they're very loud, we won't say names, and you know, it looks fantastic, but then it's just like, yeah, it's a sales pitch. And then in real life, where's the person? It's a mouse. You know, where are you? You're like, you know, and that's what I see. If people are missing something in one area, they miss it in a lot of others. And that's just something for you guys to look out for. And I know that you look at it and say, hold on, if someone's not doing that, what else aren't they doing in the real world?
Yeah, that's right. And yeah.
All right, so what's a message that we want to leave people with that just to be aware of, or you know, for today? And what I'll quickly say is, well, yeah, again, I really want this to integrate into your hearts, not your head. Brandon and I, we're here to have this podcast, the RRR Effect, to be real, raw, relatable, just to really get down to the things that you guys are seeing yourselves. You know, we want you guys to, you know, be comfortable with your bumpy bits. You know, you don't need to be this, that, or whatever. And we want to be able to answer, like, we're going to have the computer and we'll be answering a lot more Q&A in the next ones, yeah? We'll set it up in a way, because the bloody pad, I didn't sort it, I'm not going to lie and say it's not working, but we'll ask questions or contact Brandon on Brandon's, you know, profile later, guys, DM him.
Yeah, if there's something you want to know or want to see, you know, in terms of like coaching, self-development, you know, life coaching, or video as well, anything like that, you know.
But even to talk about that as well, like, yeah, even, you know, we're into the personal development, you know, elite coaching, blah, 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 whatever. But even what Brandon was talking about the marketing, our main thing is, you know, Brandon's going to be teaching you the you know, if you don't have that that belief system, if you don't have that internal congruency and authenticity, don't worry how many good cameras you've got or someone is going to be great. It's going to come out fake. And that's what I even, you know, how I coach people if they want to attract love into their life or success and wealth. One of the big things I've seen is that people are in this disempowering state. You know, so they've got a scarcity mindset, but they want to make money. Well, it's going to be fucking forced. It's going to be hard. Go and work 80 hours a week, and at the end of the year, maybe get 100 grand. Well done. You know, you can do that in a month.
Yeah.
Then, you know, you see people with the procrastination strategy, or a person with, you know, they're not authentic and they're showing up. It's like, yeah, you can be that. You know, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, it's all about, if you want to change your personal reality, you need to change your personality. And that's what Brandon's capable of now, being able to coach you to change your personality, to be that right figure, to attract what you desire for the camera.
And when you say change your personality, not being a fake. No, that's the biggest thing. Not being a fake.
Change to what you desire.
And like I said, like it's all about teaching people quality of production value, but also quality of content, and that's also growing you into who you need to be, getting the confidence, getting the inner mind strategies, as you say, to be able to put yourself out there and actually grow your brand. Because that's that's the biggest thing I see, is that there's too many good people that are scared to put themselves out there because they're scared they're going to be ridiculed, or they're going to, you know, have haters, or I'll be honest with you, you're not going to be right. You're not going to be perfect the first time.
No, you're never perfect.
No, I was never perfect. Like, you should have seen my first video when I first got a camera. Settings were all wrong. I thought it looked all really good on the camera. Put it on the computer, it looked crap. Like, I've made mistakes as well, and you'll make mistakes too. Even in presenting as well. But once you get into that flow of being you and not a fake person or feeling like a fraud, or once you just get better at presenting yourself, and like you say, it's just flow. Like, you know, this has been flowing really well. This whole podcast has been flowing really well. We've been moving around nicely. It hasn't been, you know, I ask a question and robotically you answer the question. It's just being comfortable of knowing what you're talking about, being comfortable and
enjoying the process.
Exactly.
Because if we had to think about, okay, we rehearsed it, what are you going to say? Oh, all right, there's a gap in there, there's 5. You're going to become too robotic and you don't want to be, like, we don't operate like that.
Mind you, like, there's videos that do require scripting. Not every video should be ad-lib, but I'm talking about content where you've literally got...
You have to follow a process.
You've got dot points of what you're going to talk about, and then you can flow, and then people will just know what you're talking about, and they'll connect with you because it's just like having a normal conversation. That's the biggest thing.
It's like my leg just went fucking numb then, so I had to cross it over.
I had to cross it over. So but I think we've been over an hour now. I can't believe that.
We have.
So
geez, look at that. When you're having fun, time flies.
So thanks for watching, guys. It's really been great talking with Lee and on the RRR effect, we're going to call it.
He sometimes he has too much. He calls it what does he say? Lee time.
Lee time. Yeah.
Sometimes it can be too much. He goes back and his fucking hair's fuzzed up.
Needs some Lee time. Yeah. I had too much Lee time.
And he starts shaking. He won't shut up.
But yeah, it's been awesome catching up with you, brother.
Same, mate. Let's get some food. I'm fucking hungry.
Oh yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Need some lunch.
Yep.
And let's rock out the next one.
Yep.
Hope to see you on the next one.
See you guys, and everyone that was on the lives, send some DMs, and we'll make sure next time we get in the Q's and A's. So, over and out, RRR effect. See you. Bye.
See you later, guys.